Now, my minions. Sorry about that. Forgot which video I was doing. Today's Tardy review is the tardiest yet. Tardiest of 3, so it's not that big a deal, but it's from 2001. And it's a, it wants you to think it's a supernatural thriller, but, wait, I'm supposed to do this, so people don't get mad. Let's see, where's that button? Right. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! I'm gonna spoil more or less the whole movie in this review, probably. So, this isn't the kind of review that you watch before you see the movie. The movie, or at least its promotion, wants you to think that it's a supernatural thriller. Maybe even a horror movie. But, having watched the entire thing now, there's only one, maybe, sort of supernatural element. Maybe? If two people having the same evil voice in their head can be considered supernatural, I guess there is technically a supernatural element, but really it's a bit more about insanity than anything else. The plot of the movie is that a bunch of guys are hired to remove the asbestos from an abandoned insane asylum. Don't horror movies just love abandoned insane asylums? I know I do. And as they are working on this, slowly the terrible secret of the place is revealed. That's exactly what it says in the promo blurb. And you know what? No. There is no horrible history to the place. Zero. So that disappointed me. The lack of a true supernatural element disappointed me. The fact that it all turned out to be actually a psychological thriller, that disappointed me. The fact that they got a bunch of plot elements in motion that they didn't actually resolve. That's the thing about red herrings, is that the ideal red herring seems like it will be important to the plot, but somewhere within the structure of the plot, it will be revealed that it didn't matter, or that was misleading. Red herrings actually have to be resolved. You can't just put them there and then go straight to, turns out that wasn't irrelevant, or that wasn't relevant, without actually dealing with them. I'd have to say my biggest complaint about this movie is, like a lot of modern movies of this general type, it proceeds very slowly for the first half hour. Not boringly, I found it interesting, but it has a very slow, deliberate pacing, and then it's as if the movie suddenly realizes that in order to get to the end of the plot at this pace, the thing would have to be like 6 hours long. And then, so in the last half hour, all of a sudden, everything happens. You know? It's this sudden acceleration, and a bunch of things are happening all at once. And I, as the watcher, have been lulled into a certain rhythm by the thing, and I don't mind it. Again, it was a very interesting movie, and it's quite well made and everything, you know. It's there's nothing wrong with it on that score. But then suddenly, the revelations just accelerate to the end, and you're left going, what the hell just happened? Now, I'm not going to blame the whoever wrote this script for that. I get a distinct feeling that this is the kind of thing that happens in the editing phase. Probably the script had perfectly decent pacing, although maybe it was too long, and that's why it had to be cut down to an hour and a half and lost some of its plot points. But basically, all the odd, spooky stuff that happens, it turns out this one character, I guess I'll not tell you which. It's just crazy as fuck and killed everybody. So basically, it's a decent movie. I don't feel like it was a waste of my time to watch the damn thing. For one thing, it's got a lot of, I know I say this a lot, but it's true in this case. It's got a lot of pretty good performances. The characters are very distinct and well portrayed. But it ultimately left me with cinematic blue balls. I was ultimately not satisfied, and I wanted more to happen. I wanted to know more, learn more, get more. You're not going to get a lot of horror thrills out of this. It doesn't have very many horror beats. Except, of course, for in the last 15 minutes when they all happen. Well, what do you know? Overall, I'd have to say that I can't think of too many people who would be satisfied by this movie. Horror fans are going to find it really slow and boring. And the type of people who like psychological thrillers are probably going to be put off by its seeming pretensions to be a horror movie. I can't think of who wants to see this. Sorry. So ultimately, I guess it's a thumbs down. I can't imagine who will actually totally enjoy the movie and not be disappointed in it on one level or another. I don't know. Maybe hardcore David Caruso fans. So, that's my Tardy review. It's not a bad movie, but I can't imagine who'd be particularly pleased by it, so I have to give it a thumbs down. That's my Tardy review of Session 9. Talk to you tomorrow, folks.